People are gonna hate this.
Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons was released on August 7th of 2013 for the Xbox Live Arcade, PlayStation Network, and PC. The game was met with amazing reception, receiving extremely high scores from many major gaming journalism web pages, with an average score of 86 on Metacritic. It even won Game of the Year at the VGX Awards for Best Xbox Game. With this much hype, I had to get my hands on it, and as it turns out, you probably shouldn't play this. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons is a unique adventure game where you control two brothers through obstacles in order to obtain an antidote. The game, while being very playable, has so many things about it that just irks me. I can't recommend it to anyone. From the gameplay to the plot, this 3-hour-long game left just an awful taste in my mouth. The game has an extremely unique control scheme, where you control each brother with a trigger button and a control stick on each side of the controller. Both of the brothers control independently of each other, and it sort of makes the game feel like you're playing a two-player game alone. While unique, these controls aren't exactly good. I found myself pressing the same direction on both sticks most of the time. Occasionally, with some puzzles, the two-stick design felt somewhat good, especially with the rock climbing sections. However, just moving around doesn't feel good. The main hurdles you have to pass in this game are its puzzles, which are never challenging. They're all fairly straightforward and can be beaten on the first try every time. The only time they ever feel challenging is due to the controls. However, it's still quite easy to overcome. The game never feels challenging in any way and mostly feels like you're just there to hit the right buttons and make the story progress. My biggest problem with this game is the plot. It moves at a slow and sedated pace, which quickly becomes boring with little challenge or plot happening for most of the game. And, unfortunately, in order to explain my problems with it, I'm going to have to give spoilers for the entire plot. So if you want to skip ahead, click the annotation and it'll take you to the next part of the review. Or you can just stay a while and listen, and see why I can't stand this game. The plot for this game seems like it was written by a robot that was given the task to make humans sad. The game starts out with the first cutscene with the mother of the family dying in a storm. Immediately after, it shows the older brother praying at her grave, and this is where the gameplay begins. Your father has fallen ill, and while getting him to the town healer, it basically gives you a controller of the crazy control scheme the game has. After dropping the father off at the healer, the rest of the game is pretty much trying to find an antidote for the two brothers' father. The game slogs on at a slow pace, with gibberish dialogue and easy-to-solve puzzles. Eventually, when you finally reach the antidote needed for the two brothers' father, a boss fight happens, which is actually the most fun in the entire game, and it results in the older brother's death. The father is saved, and the game ends with the father crying over the brother and his wife's death. Nothing is resolved, nothing really takes place, and everyone dies. Call me a heartless monster, but during the entire journey with these two brothers, I never felt a connection with them. Between the gibberish everyone speaks and all the deaths in this game, it just feels empty to me. The game even cues the sad music score right as the brother dies to attempt to evoke as much emotion as possible. Let's just stop and listen to the supposedly sad music it plays throughout the entire game. It's like it was completely written to tug at your emotional strings. However, the hee vocals don't do that for me. This game feels artificial, like a death in a soap opera. The entire experience feels like it's attempting to build to these emotional peaks. However, it never really provides the substance to achieve what it's attempting. It just feels so scripted and sad for the sake of being sad, which is kind of crappy as a narrative. Graphically, the game is pretty good looking, especially on full settings on the PC. The environments feel vast, and it handles the line between cartoony and realistic pretty well. The character models for the main characters aren't really the best, but some of the NPCs look really awesome, like the troll you encounter early in the game. The shadows in this game are also really well done, adding quite a bit of atmosphere to many areas. But let's face it, it's a game made in 2013, it's supposed to look really good. The game's soundtrack sounds like it was designed to evoke emotion, while providing a decent amount of atmosphere for many areas. It's not that memorable except for that vocal overture, which I found more annoying than anything. The hype machine appears that it was working overtime on this title because it just isn't as good as many reviews make it out to be. I think most people realize already that the VGXs are a total sham, but the fact that this game beat out hard hitters like BioShock Infinite, GTA 5, and Tomb Raider just shows how out of touch the award show is. Brothers, rather than being the intimate, emotional journey that it's portrayed as, felt more annoying than anything. I left the game feeling angry and unsatisfied, which is never a feeling a gamer should feel after beating a game. While the game has some redeemable features, there's so many problems with this game that I can't find a reason to recommend it to anyone. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons? Don't play this.